The Life of David, Part 2, A Story of Faith. David tried to be kind to the Ammonites, but they were rude and started a war. David sent Joab and the army to fight. The battle was hard, but God helped David's men win. Even when others were unkind, David trusted God to defend Israel. One day, David saw a woman named Bathsheba. He made a terrible choice and took her as his wife, though she was already married. Then, David made a plan that led to her husband's death. David had sinned badly and tried to hide it. God sent the prophet Nathan to David. Nathan told a story about a rich man stealing a poor man's sheep. David became angry. Then Nathan said, "You are that man." David realized his sin and said, "I have sinned against the Lord." God forgave David, but there were still sad consequences. The baby born to David and Bathsheba died. David cried and prayed, but the child did not live. Even in sorrow, David worshipped God and trusted him. Later, David and Bathsheba had another son. They named him Solomon, and the Lord loved him. God had special plans for Solomon in the future. David knew that God could bring good even after sorrow. David's older children began to fight and make bad choices. One son, Absalom, became very angry and caused big problems. He wanted to take the kingdom from his father. David's heart was broken as his family fell apart. Absalom became so powerful that David had to run away. David left Jerusalem with his servants and cried as he walked. But even in danger, David prayed and trusted God. He said, "If God brings me back, I will worship him again." Many people stayed loyal to David and helped him escape. God sent friends to give him food and news from the city. David was wise and careful. God was still with him, even in the hardest times. David told his soldiers, "Be gentle with my son Absalom." But in the battle, Absalom was killed. When David heard the news, he wept and said, "My son, my son." He still loved Absalom, even after all the pain. After the war ended, the people asked David to return. He came back to Jerusalem as king again. Some people apologized, and David forgave them. He wanted peace for the land. Near the end of his life, David took a census of the people, but it was not what God wanted. He realized his mistake and asked for forgiveness. God sent a plague, but stopped it when David prayed. David built an altar and worshipped God with all his heart. David grew old, but he made plans for the temple his son Solomon would build. He told Solomon, "Be strong and follow God with all your heart." David had lived a life full of highs and lows, but he always came back to God. And from David's family, one day, Jesus, the true king, would be born.